Good morning, grade 6 students. Welcome to your math class. Before we start our lesson, please prepare the following: your math textbook, your pen, and the paper to write the solution. Our lesson for today is Lesson 14-2, Surface Area of Prisms. Textbook pages 713 until 718. Our objective is to find the surface area of prisms. So before that, let's define the terms. So surface area of a solid is the measure of the total area that the surface of the object occupies. And prisms are solid figures that has two bases and most of its faces are rectangles. So this lesson is about finding the surface area of rectangular prisms, a cube, and triangular prism. Okay, let's take note of some important formulas. We have here the area of a rectangle with the formula of length times width. And we are going to have the area of a square. A square is similar to a rectangle because the area of a square is equal to multiplying its length and width. Only that the formula of a square is equal to side times side since the length of the sides of the squares are equal. Okay, the next thing is area of triangle. So the formula is 1/2 times the base and the height. So are you ready? Let's start our lesson by watching some informative videos.
How can you find the surface area of a prism? Think about this question during the lesson. Kelly wants to cover a shoebox with decorative paper to make a storage box for her photos. How much paper will she need to cover the box? You can use tools to draw a net to help you find the surface area of a solid figure. How might grid paper help you solve this problem? You can use grid paper to draw a net of the shoebox. What type of figure is the shoebox? Select your answer. The shoebox is a rectangular prism. How many faces does the shoebox have? And what shape are they? The shoebox has 6 faces. The faces are rectangles. Here is one way to solve the problem. Draw a net of the shoebox. Find the area of each face. Then add the areas. Kelly needs 376 square inches of paper to cover the box. Which, if any, of the area calculations are repeated? Explain. There are 3 pairs of repeated calculations because the front and back of the shoebox have the same dimensions, as do the top and bottom and both sides. Here is another way. Use a formula to find the total surface area, SA, of the shoebox. Kelly needs 376 square inches of paper to cover the box. Now you know how you can find the surface area of a prism.
Let's have another video for finding the surface area of a triangular prism.
We found the surface area of a rectangular prism. We can also find the surface area of a triangular prism. Let's use a net. The net shows us that a triangular prism has 2 triangular and 3 rectangular faces. To find the area of each triangle, we can use the formula 1/2 times base times height. 1/2 times 3 times 4 equals 6. To find the area of each rectangle, we multiply length times width. 3 times 11 equals 33. 4 times 11 equals 44. 5 times 11 equals 55. To find the surface area, we add the area of each face. 6 plus 6 plus 33 plus 44 plus 55 equals 144 square centimeters. Great job finding the surface area of a rectangular prism and a triangular prism. See you next time.
Okay, so let's answer textbook page 713. Let us read, solve, and share a problem all together. So Marian orders a pack of shipping boxes shaped like cubes. When they arrive, she finds flat pieces of cardboard as shown below. What is the least amount of cardboard needed to make each box? Explain how you know. So before you solve for the surface area, take note of the following. First, you need to ask yourself, what kind of solid figure is shown? How many faces does the figure have? What kind of plane figures are the faces of the solid? And what is the formula of the faces of the solid figure? So in this case, our solid figure here is a cube. And a cube has 6 faces. And the faces are squares. And the area for the square is side times side. So since we know that each faces are equal to each other, so the formula for one face, which is a square, is side times side, so that is 9 times 9 equals 81. All faces have the same area, since all faces are squares. So now, how are we going to find the surface area? So surface area is equal to adding all the areas of the 6 faces. So that will be equal to 486 square inches. Or let's have a formula for the surface area of a cube. We know that a cube has 6 equal sides. So the surface area will be equal to 6 times the area for one side, which is side times side. So that is equal to 6 times 9 times 9. That will be equal to 6 times 81. So the surface area is equal to 486 square inches. So for the question, what is the least amount of cardboard needed to make each box? So if you are going to make this box with the dimensions of 9 by 9 inches, so the least number of cardboard needed to make each box will be 486 square inches. Okay, so let's have page 714.
If you know the areas of the top, front, and one side of a rectangular prism, can you find the surface area of the entire figure? Explain.
So here, our solid figure will be a rectangular prism. We know that the top part of the rectangular prism is equal to the bottom part. The front side is equal to the back side. And the right side is equal to the left side. So if we know the areas of the top, front, and one side of a rectangular prism, can we find the surface area of the entire figure? Explain. So here the answer will be yes, since the top and the bottom, the front and the back, and the left and right sides of the prism have the same areas. Textbook page 715. Question 1. Could you use the formula for finding the surface area of a rectangular prism to find the surface area of a cube? Explain your reasoning. The answer will be yes, because a square is a special type of rectangle. So if we know how to find the surface area of a rectangular prism, we can use that to find the surface area of a cube, since rectangles and squares has like the same formula for its areas. Question 2. Use a net to find the surface area of this candle. So here, this candle has a shape of a cube. So we know that a cube is having a formula for its surface area as 6 times the side. So 6 times the length of the sides of one face is 2 times 2. So that is equal to 6 times 4. So the surface area is 24 square inches. Okay, as an independent practice, numbers 3 to 5, find the surface area of each prism. So try it on your own and you can pause the video. After you answered, play the video and let's check your answer. Okay, so I suppose you already used your extra sheet of paper for answering questions 3 to 5. So let's have the answer for number 3. So this is a rectangular prism. So the surface area is 236 square centimeters. Check your work. Okay, number 4. The figure number 4 is a triangular prism. So the surface area is 84 square yards. Check your work. Number 5. Number 5 is a rectangular prism. So the surface area is 550 square centimeters. Check your work. Okay, let's answer some problem solving on page 716. So number 12. What is the surface area of a rectangular prism with a height of 2 feet, length of 4.2 feet, and width of 2.5 feet? So the figure that we are asked to find its surface area is a rectangular prism, given the length, the width, and the height. So the length is 4.2 feet, the width is 2.5 feet, and the height is 2 feet. So how are we going to find the surface area given only this figure? So here we have the surface area is equal to length times the width. The length and the width in this figure is the bottom part of the box, which is equal to the top part of the box. So we are going to multiply its area by 2. So 2 times the length and width. Okay, let's add the width and the height. So the width and the height, according to this figure we had on the left side, is referring to the right side of the rectangular prism. We know that the right side is equal to the left side. So again, we are going to multiply 2 times the width multiplied to the height, plus length times height. So the length and the height will be the front side of our box. So we know that the front side is equal to the back side of the rectangular prism. So we are going to multiply the area of the front side by 2 because it is same with the back side. So that is length times height. So the next step is to put the values, replace the values for the length, width, and height. Now solve. First, multiply the areas. So this is 2 times 10.5 plus 2 times 5 plus 2 times 8.4. So now let us going to add. So the surface area is 48.5 square feet. So I hope you understand our lesson for today. Have a nice day, everyone, and please don't forget to answer your homework and practice exercises.